Don't waste your time giving away free websites just for the sake of building your portfolio. You don't have to have a portfolio to land web design clients. And if you do go down the route of kind of giving away free work or like super heavily discounted work to like friends and family, you end up not solving the problem in the future anyway, because you get to be known as the person that does really great work at really low prices. And then when you raise your prices, you kind of lose your leads because you're now in this flow of very low cost leads that are thinking they're going to get this great deal or whatever. And then you change the pricing and you've kind of lost your whole audience there. So rather than doing that, try one of these 3 pricing strategies we're about to go through for how to price your work when you're onboarding your first client. So the first one is a pilot program. So the way that we do a pilot program is you create a solution, so you know what you're going to do, and then you tell the client this is what the full price would be on this solution. But we don't have any clients running through this yet because we just created it. If you would like to participate in our pilot program, they can do so, and they get a massively reduced price, like half off. It's important that the reduction in price is really significant. And so you go like half off the price or something like that. But in order for them to qualify for the pilot program, they have to agree to give you a review that you can post on your website after the project is over. So that way you're solving the problem of having case studies and building your portfolio for all the people in your pilot program. They're getting a great deal, like half off, but you're not setting up the situation where you have to give half off deals for the rest of your life because you can just end the pilot program. And this is like a special exception for the first couple of clients. And that way you're not kind of in the flow of people just thinking they're going to get a great deal like they would be if you just give away cheap websites forever. So a pilot program is a really great way to onboard your first clients if you don't have case studies or testimonials or portfolio yet. The second way is to do a cost plus commission pricing model. So the way that this works is you build everything out upfront at cost, which is like basically for free, except for like, get the client to pay for hosting or whatever. Like you don't have to pay them to work with you, but like don't charge them for anything other than what just the raw cost is that you incur to develop what you need to build. And so you do that, but then what you do is you defer the payment at the end. So you kind of build everything out, and then once the leads start coming in, you say, hey, once this starts working and you start getting some leads, I want a commission on the leads. And I think out of the 3 strategies, I think this one's probably my favorite one for a couple reasons. One reason is you don't feel any of that stress or anxiety over like immediate needs for performance. You kind of like the client hasn't paid anything yet, so they're not really expecting anything. They don't feel any stress either. And then you don't feel like you're kind of getting paid to learn. You don't feel like you're kind of running a guinea pig through your system or whatever. It's just like it's very open. Everyone understands what's going on. And you've got a live client to work with in the real world, which is super valuable in itself, because then you can kind of refine any rough edges for your solution, maybe tweak a little bit about how it works to make sure it's out really dialed in. And then once it starts working, you haven't been working for free. You're now going to start getting like lifetime commissions on all these leads that start coming in. So it's like that could potentially be even more valuable than it would have been if you had charged an upfront fee to kind of build everything out. So that's really cool because like the client's getting great results. They don't mind paying commissions on these referrals and these leads that you're bringing in. You're not feeling any anxiety over the time frame that it takes to kind of get it working. You're not working for free. You've got this commission thing coming in. It's just a great model, especially for landing your first client on a new solution. So that's the cost plus commission pricing model. The third one is offering a performance guarantee. Now, this is usually for people like if maybe you have a lot of experience building websites and doing marketing, but maybe you can't put any of that on your website because maybe you're doing it as overflow work from somebody else's agency or something like that, where they're not really like your clients, even though you did the work. But you feel like if you did have your own clients, they would get great results right away. So then you can offer a performance guarantee. And so that would be is like you have this solution, you know what the result is that you can get somebody, and then you just say what the result is. And then you say, if we don't hit the result by a particular time frame, then the guarantee it comes to life. So for example, you might say, I guarantee that you'll make $20,000 of new revenue in less than 6 months. And then if for whatever reason you haven't hit 20 grand at 6 months, then I will keep working with you for free until you do, or I'll work with you for another 6 months for free, or something. You just kind of keep working until it happens. I don't really like a money back guarantee for something like this because it's like, a lot of times what will happen is like, say you say $20,000 less than 6 months, you hit 6 months, you've only made like $19,000. So you haven't quite made it. But like, why would you quit? Why would you give up? Why would you say, oh, well, I guess we didn't make it, missed it by $1,000, here's all your money back, let's quit and give up. It's like, why would you? You're almost there. So wouldn't it be better to be like, hey, we made $19,000, 6 months, let me work with you one more month for free and we'll kind of bump you over the edge. That's the way I would do it. That seems like a much better way to have a performance guarantee rather than like a money back offer or whatever. But the cool thing about the performance guarantee, if it's your first couple of clients, is you can tell your client, hey, I guarantee you get this result, and if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to do something about it. And so that's a great way to kind of give the client confidence to work with you, especially if it's the first couple of ones that you're onboarding. So now you got 3 really cool pricing strategies for onboarding clients, especially if it's your first few clients, without having to just do free work forever. We've got the pilot program, you have the cost plus commission, we've got the performance guarantee, but here's the gotcha. By the way, give me a thumbs up if you feel like any of those 3 pricing strategies would work for you. Plus, I love to see the thumbs up, makes me really happy, so thank you for doing that. But the gotcha is like, well, what should the solution be? Because none of these 3 pricing models work very well for custom consulting projects. Like the traditional agency where it's like somebody calls you up, you do a discovery call, try to figure out what they want, and then just sort of off the top of your head, you come up with a new like custom solution. This doesn't really work very well for that because it's like you're kind of reinventing the wheel every single time with the custom solution thing. And what we want to be doing is we want to build a solution that we can reuse the strategy part of it every single time. Now, obviously the design, the branding, the website, and like all the graphic design stuff, that'll be custom. So everybody gets their own unique brand. But the marketing strategy behind it, which is really the majority of the work, especially when you try to figure out how to make something be profitable, that's the main thing. And you can reuse that every single time with all your clients. And then these case studies that you've just been doing or getting from one of these 3 pricing models, now they make sense because you can tell this new client, hey, look, I've got all these other clients that basically do very similar stuff to exactly what you're doing. These are the results I was able to get for them. And that makes them feel like you can get the results for them too. So that's the gotcha. But then you're like, well, how do I figure out what to put in the solution? Well, join me in Blue Theory. I'll help you build it out. Or check out this next video over here. Oh, by the way, we've got these new white labeled services that are part of Blue Theory now. I think you'll love them. Check the Blue Theory link. Check that out. I think you're going to freak out because we custom developed white label SEO services specifically for web designers. But be that as it may, check out this next video over here, and I'll show you kind of the fundamentally new way that I'm thinking about web design and how to build out a solution. And I'll tell you something about my grandfather in the process. So check out this video and I'll see you right there.